The Midday, weekdays 1 to 3 p.m. on QBS.
Welcome back to the Midday Show. Time now is 1:59 here in the studio, and that's right, it's about time to kickstart our conversation with our very special guest, because today we're joined by an incredible, well-accomplished woman, Mai Abu Zaina. Mai is not only a certified professional coach and a leader in well-being programs, but also a proud mother of 4, and today we're going to be discussing the topic of modern families and how a coaching mindset can help navigate their unique challenge. So Mai, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here, and let's enjoy the topic, the modern family, and how the parenting coaching is it's always now we need it in the modern world today.
That's right. And this is a great topic, especially for this time of the day, because we do have a lot of parents driving to go pick up their kids, or maybe they're taking
and bring them back safe.
Always safely, carefully, and mindfully is what I always ask of them. But yeah, some of them, leaving the office to go get lunch, and some of them are go picking up their kids. So it's a great time to really dive into this topic. So let's just get straight into it. Can you tell us more about yourself and your journey?
Sure. Thank you very much. Let's start with the personal side of my journey. I'm a married for 20 years and a proud mom for 2 teenagers, daughters 18 and 16, and 2 energetic boys 13 and 9. And in one sentence, my role in this family is just to build the psychological safety for these 4 and for myself and my husband. And for my professional side, I'm a PCC, a professional certified coach from the International Coaching Federation. And I'm a leader in the Ministry of Public Health, leading the coaching and the well-being programs for a decade in the Ministry of Public Health, and enjoying unlock the potential of the leaders and the future leaders also in the Ministry of Public Health.
Well, we definitely love to hear it. And if you guys could see her right here in the studio, she's radiant just talking about her journey and her job. And we love to see it. We're also matching in a way.
Oh, yeah,
We're both wearing purple. I tend to do this. I unintentionally match with my guests. It's happened more times than I can count. And yeah, I just love it when that happens. Now, taking it back to you, with all your professional success, your bio says your children are your greatest teachers.
Yeah.
So as a busy mother, what has been the biggest lesson your own family has taught you about life and balance?
Wow, amazing question. There's a lot of lessons, but let me just mention just focus on the 4 kids. The biggest actually first lesson for me with them, when the 18 years old daughter, let's say 7-8 years ago, I noticed that my daughter, she's always she's avoiding social activities. She doesn't like the social conversations, and she always want to be having their hair time all the time. And then I was
it's a bit of social anxiety.
Exactly, why she's isolated. And then I realized that I need to read about just why the 12 years old or the 13 years old daughters maybe just like to isolate and to have their own time away from their mom and their parents and their family. And I explored something very interesting, that her personality type is the personality type who's thinker. And the person who's analyzing everything, and the person who is really need to recharge only alone.
She sounds exactly like me.
Oh.
She sounds exactly like
Lean,
me.
I think she's listening now. I have your twin. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
So it was the first lesson to me that I have different personalities. He's living with me. And she's she's amazing. When you talk to her, it's like she's giving you very realistic insights and away from emotions, away from like feelings and things that we use to say it.
Right.
She analyzes things and then she recharges herself and she comes back. Mom, I'm ready now to talk.
Right. Yeah.
Mom, I'm full energetic now. And now that was the first lesson as a parent that, wow, it's something new for me. That there's personality types, the thinker peoples, they have their own space.
Right.
So I learned how to respect this space, the energetic, the time that she needs to have her inner talk. And also the other lesson with the warm daughter, the 16 years old. She's very sensitive and warm daughter. And in the past, she was having a challenge with the boundaries with others. Just, I can't say no, Mom. They want me to do this, but I feel shy to say no. I really don't want to do it, but I can't say no. So that time, it's like, it's time to learn how to empower my daughter to know her values, her boundaries, and to set the boundaries with others.
Right.
So I came up with the idea of coffee coaching. Just sitting together, drinking coffee and eating a brownie, cake, and then relax and talking about how you can explore your values in this life, so that the decision that you want to take, is it aligned with your emotional and your values? So based on this, you can just know what is the thing that you want to say yes, what's the thing that you want to say no. And if you want to say no, how to say it. There's like a book, an interesting book. It's like the title of the book, there is 200 ways to say no.
Wow.
Yes. So we all need to read it. And there is more than 200 ways to say no in this book actually. So from that, we kept like for 6 years just always talking about what is the thing that I need to say yes and what is the things that she say no. And now she's always happy and glowing when say no for something that is not aligned with her emotional and values. So that was very big lesson for me to learn about boundaries. For me to learn also to maintain my boundaries and also to be a role model for her. When she see me say no for something that it's not allowed with my values and with my emotions, so she will be empowered just to do like mom. And like 2 weeks ago when we came back from Istanbul, she told me, Mom, you know what? When I'll be a mom, I want to be like you.
Aww.
Mom, I feel so safe to tell you that I did something maybe like a big mistake, but I know that you are not judging me.
Yeah.
You give me always the space just to talk and to say whatever I want, and I know that you will understand me. So I learned that I don't need to fix them. I need to understand them. I need to empower them. I need just to listen. To listen. So the biggest lesson maybe all parents need to learn in this life, stop being judgmental. How can I be curious just to ask my children about their feelings, about why they did that?
Right.
And what is the thought was behind this? And why do you think this is the right thing and the right decision that you take? So in this way, I learned a lot from them. And I feel like with the 2 other boys, I feel like I have 4 team players.
Yeah.
As a leader, actually, I believe that the most important leadership role is at home.
Right.
So I enjoy my leadership at home. And I have like a visionary leadership style.
Right.
Where everyone needs to share also their visions and their missions, their insights also to plan and to see how we can reach our family vision in this life. So the 2 boys, they are 13 and 9. I have totally different parenting styling. It's the energetic parent styling. So we play together all the time. We play because play is the safe language for kids.
Right.
So when they play, when we fight, when we just like running, they feel safe to say their worries,
Right.
to share their fears, and to share even small sillies and even funny things that happened. So
essentially, you've created like a true safe space for your children to come and approach you. I definitely agree. This is something that parents need to learn a little bit more of. I feel like it wasn't until I got older that my mother started understanding, okay, I don't need to fix her.
I need to understand her.
I need to understand her.
Yeah.
Because I started my therapy journey end of 2019. And it was very hard for my mother to accept, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's an older Asian woman who's also adopted, Islamic and Arab lifestyle and mindset. So it was very difficult for her to let me go to therapy, right? Because she's like, you're not crazy. And I'm like, I know I'm not crazy, Mom. I need some help. But after watching me go through the journey and seeing how I flourished from it and seeing how it's, done me so much good in my life, she started understanding a bit more. Okay, this was something she really needed. And now she's opening up to me more. Now I can understand her a bit better. So yeah, I definitely think this is something. It'll be easier for parents to pick up while their children are still young.
Yeah, and this is one of the generational gap actually between us and between like you, the new generation with us as parents, and even the previous parents' generation. And they were like label who has a therapy. It means like, as you just mentioned, it was like, you're not okay? Are you crazy? No, but now we realize that therapists, coaches, mentors is like people who are really supporting us just to be a better version of us. Not sure. Because, and it's normal just to have some fears, just to have some like emotions that from the past, I carried from the past. It's really normal that... But the thing that now we understand that it's now we need this, and especially that now we have in this modern world, everything's going very fast. We are totally different things, and a lot of things going around. So we just realize that some things that triggering us but we don't know why.
And how to deal with it.
How to deal with it. So now I think this gap is like how to overcome this gap, just to listen to the new generation and to give them the space to say, I need support. It's normal. It's not about that you were like a bad parent or something. No, you did your best.
Yeah.
I always believe and always just like I'm very, very compassionate with the parents. I said here, and you did your best, and this is the best that you did. But again, we are not perfect.
Right.
And we don't have to be perfect. So if you just did your best, but your kid need the support, just empower them and encourage them. Go get the support and be better version of you and enjoy life.
Of course. I love that. I love how passionate you are. I can really feel it. And I hope our listeners are feeling it as well. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more of this conversation.
QBS Radio. For advertising on QBS, contact our marketing management at Qatar Media Corporation on 44888806 or email us at marketing@qmc.qa. The Midday Guest.
Welcome back to the Midday Show. Time now is 2:15 here in the studio. That was music on the radio by Empire of the Sun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're still here with our special guest, Mai Abu Zaina, and we're talking about modern families because you are a life coach and you work for PHCC, and you help a lot of, you mentioned executives and things like this to reach their full potential. And I think, we all need a little boost and a little coach in our life to help us, because, we're human. There's things we can't do by ourselves. Sometimes we need a little help, and that's completely fine. Now, our listeners, like you, are raising families in a world that looks very, very different from the one that we grew up in. There's a significant generational gap between parents and their children. And we touched on this just a little bit earlier, but what are the conflicts that can arise when families are not aware of this gap and don't know how to navigate it?
oh, it's a big gap if we are not aware. And if we just like closing our eyes and saying, oh, everything is going fine, there's no gap. There is a gap that needs us to sit on the table with our children and feeling like I need to be open to listen to them. I need to be curious because there is a gap. We are different generation, and we need to agree that I need to understand my children and they need to understand me too.
Right.
So it's kind of agreement.
Yeah.
You know, it's like agreement. When you start any relationship, there's agreement, and it's not like written agreement, but it's something that you have to do it with your children.
Right.
That all the time, I'm here just to listen to you, to empower you, and have a very healthy and happy family. You know, it's like I believe always that happy family, just to create happy and healthy, dynamic family, you have 4 pillars. Like the first pillar is always eating together. Okay? Eating time, like for lunch and dinner, it means that this is the right time to talk about what did you do in your day? Okay? What was like the biggest challenge for you in the school? Okay, you as a parent, you're just asking these questions and just listening to your kids, maybe just like having challenges, bully or something that you can talk about it when you have this family gathering. In that time, the kid, they feel empowered that the family, they are listening and they're giving advices and they are here to support the kid. And also at the same, we as parents, in this time, we share like, maybe I have a new project at work, so I can hear from you.
Right.
Some suggestions, some insights. Maybe you have a thinker in your family who can just having new ideas that it might be very helpful for your project.
Right.
And the second pillar is
that's me and my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you. Okay, and the second pillar is being active together. Having actually some adventurous physical activities, it's really the right time to enjoy the moment and living the value of joy.
Right.
Living the value of joy means like you will learn how to enjoy everything. The food, the playing, the laughing, the conversation, because you enhance this living this value for your children, so they will learn by time to enjoy even the small meal,
right.
even the small match, very short period of time match, but they will enjoy it. So you spend more time like swimming, rafting, you travel together and spending long time in activities. Always the physical well-being is very important, and one is the most important pillars to create these healthy. The praying time, praying salah, ad-du'a, always together to have this spiritual well-being together, and to teach your children what is the value of being connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What's the value of being like having a reference all the time, just to pray for God, to pray, and also to have the big value of family.
Right.
And the last pillar is having quality time. Always quality time. It's not about just spending the whole day together, but it's about like
going out to the cinema.
Yes, thank you.
Going out for a quick brunch.
But
or
it's
dinner.
about the quality.
Yeah.
Not how long it is, but how deep it is. How did we listen to each other? Did we talk about the things that I couldn't find someone to listen to, or I want some wise people to listen to me, and maybe I need just someone to tell me something that acknowledgement maybe, or encouragement, or maybe just like I really need this. So it's about the quality time that we can spend it together. So in this time, if I really just work on these 4 pillars, I will just finding myself overcome this gap and just like bridging that gap. And listening to each other, knowing each other in different perspective. And then by time I will see even my children, they are just like using their phones just to be there in the virtual life. I can step in and just telling them, let me watch with you. And this way, when you watch with them, when you just sharing some videos and reels with them, and they share back, you understand each other. You feel like it's you're part of their world. They are not separated than you. So let's acknowledge that we are different. We are different generations, but we can bridge the gap.
And we can still connect. My mom sends me and my friends so many reels and so many posts on Instagram.
It's very nice, that you understand what is your interests. It's part of like understanding your personality, your interests, your trends, and your directions in life. And it's always about, it's not about parenting, it's not about controlling, it's about connection. It's about to connect with you and the things that you like, and you connect with me about, and you have this common conversation about everything in life. It's about food, it's about family, it's about even the things that obstacles and challenges in life that you really want someone, very wise person and trusted person to maybe not to give you advice, but just to be there for you.
Right. Now, real quick before we go on another break, from your perspective, how can parents adapt their approach to connect with their children's modern reality while still preserving the valuable traditions that they were raised with? Because after all, the way that we were raised was also wonderful, but we have to adapt to the new atmosphere, right?
Yeah. Okay, let me just tell you something that I'm really proud that I learned from coaching. There is something that there's personality assessment tools. Okay, and there's a lot of free assessment tools online, like the Youth Gallup Strengths and the Enneagram and the MBTI. These assessments, it's there to tell you what are the strengths of your kids, what are the strengths of yourself, the adult version and the youth version. So when you understand, what is the trends and the directions of them, these kind of tools, it makes you can see like with more clarity. Okay,
right.
So when you living their life, okay, you can understand why they choose this and not to choose that, and also you can just adapt. And the adaptation is everything. Just being flexible and but with a clarity. Why? When you don't need to be a coach to understand the report of these assessments or something, but it's very simple language assessments that it will give you many insights about you, about your children, and about their modern life. So when you are a parent and using these tools, it will help you how to talk to your kids. If they're very emotional and very sensitive person, when exactly you talk to them, how exactly, which kind of physical touch they need, which kind of support, and when exactly the energetic kids you can have fun in this time and talking in this time. And it's very important. It's part of the modern life, okay, but it's a free tool that it's for everyone. But part of like us as parents, we go just to shop for them, for their clothes, for their grocery, for something. It's something that I need to put it on my schedule, to read more, to raise them, to be the right people, to live in this modern life the right way. So when I use these tools, this is part of the modern life language. It's gonna make a very big difference with the children. Also, just to be, it's hard little bit, I'm sorry parents, to stop being all the time judgmental. Okay, we used to be like, oh, you always do this mistake, and this is the fourth time to do this, and I told you before, don't do it, and why you always walking and going out with these people, and a lot of judgmental things and a lot of just labeling things on our kids. Okay, I know that this is maybe something we all do, okay, but if I'm here and I want to just to improve my parenting style, I need to focus more how to be curious, how to be a listener, to ask instead of to tell. So I would put less energy just to stop talking all the time and telling them what to do, instructions, guidance and everything. Just ask questions and keep listening. Put less energy, empower them instead of controlling them. So when you do that, you take your family to a safe place. So in this time, we need to listen to our kids. If I don't listen, if I don't listen to my kids, they will find someone else.
That's right.
To listen to them.
That's right.
I will regret it in the future. When I feel like my kids, they have openness with others.
And not with you
not
as a
with
mother.
me.
Yeah.
And then what will be the case in that time? So it's time now to pause and to think how to be a listener, curious, more about them, to ask them and to listen to them, more than judging them.
So, with the world being more open than ever, children nowadays often see things that we didn't, or they have different opinions. How can parents learn to see things from their child's point of view, recognizing that sometimes, due to this exposure, our children are not wrong? Mm-hmm. This was something I personally struggled with a lot growing up. With my mother, you know. All my siblings are millennials, and then here comes this Gen Z child.
The different
one. She's a bit more rambunctious. She states her opinion, and you know, sometimes my siblings are looking at me like, why does she talk like this, right? You know, they're like, why does she talk the way that she talks? Why does she act like this? So, you know, I know for them and my mother, it was very difficult dealing with me growing up because they're like, she's wrong, right? She's a child. But so how can parents navigate this?
Okay, the key word is reframing. If I just like being a parent, and I'll give you an example. If like long years ago, if I just said, why my daughter, she's always isolated and sitting alone, why she is not sitting with me, why she is not sharing any insights or just like stories with me,
right?
Okay, I realized that I need to reframe it. She needs her space,
right?
She needs to recharge herself, and she will come back to me and we will have quality time together. When we reframe what we are telling ourselves with our kids, it makes a big difference. It's totally different. Me as a parent, as like, I can say like, why my son, when I'm telling him like this every time, he's not listening. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's not respecting me. Okay, let me try to reframe it. I really didn't try yet to understand his need to do this every time. So if I want just to know why he's doing this every time, instead of saying he has lack of respect and he has like lack of conversation with me or etc., I need to reframe all the time the thought and the talk, the self-talk that we have it as parents.
Right.
I know the parents that now listening and said, "Oh, Coach Mai, that's too much for us." Okay, but again, it's about you want to raise healthy kids,
right?
And you want to prepare them for this open world, modern world. They need just to go around and feeling safe and see you always there for them. Instead of finding someone.
Right.
So when you just reframing all the thoughts and the inner talk that you have it, when you just go back to talk to them in a totally different way, you will find the answer for your question that you always questioning them. Why you didn't do that and you did that? Why you do? You will find the answer by yourself.
Right.
So you will see life from their perspective, and you will understand why they do that and they didn't do that. So you will put yourself in their shoes. And I like the 2 weeks ago when I had this conversation with my daughter Malek, she said, "Mom, you taught me something that when you want to discuss with me a topic that we need to decide on something, we have always many options.
Right.
We need to explore the options. Okay, we don't have only one option for everything. What right for you, it's not, and what's good for you, not good for me. So we need to explore more options." And I was very proud when she told me that she used to do that with her friends. When they just asking her for guidance, she said, "Okay, let me put myself in mom's shoes now, and let me think what she's gonna say in this situation." So you teach your kids that there's abundance of options in this life. And you have to explore more. You have to be curious.
Right.
And you have to teach them how to do that. And they are safe to do that.
Right.
Actually, it's going around about psychological safety. So when they feel safe just to have 3 options and try one and not try the other one, so they will be more just like clear about their point of view and getting to you, and you will accept their argue when they have totally different opinion than yours. Okay, so I used to accept the rejection from them for some decisions I make because I need to understand what's their point of view.
Right.
So when they explain and I will listen to them and they have really realistic justifications, we go with their decision. Let us just allow our children to decide, because they are the future parents.
They are.
They have to learn
At
what
some
is
point.
decision making.
Yeah, at some
How
point, yeah.
how to decide.
Right.
We just like some parents they just giving the chance to give the chance to your children to wear this t-shirt or this t-shirt.
Right.
Oh no, this is too much. So let them choose, and even to be accountable. When they choose their options and their decisions, let them be accountable. And this is part of the agreement. You're accountable when you decide on things, okay, and you will be accountable and you will full responsible about your decision. And this is part of the parenting. Okay, you will raise very physical well-being kids, mental, but what about the part of accountability?
Right.
And responsibility. Discipline is love. Responsibility is care. Let's just reframe and rephrase the words, because sometimes when you're talking about accountability and discipline and things, you feel it's punishment.
Right.
No, it's love and care. I used to teach my kids that this life, you need to enjoy it.
Right.
But at the same time, you're accountable, you're disciplined, and you are responsible to be the 2 men of the family. To support your dad, to support your mom and your sisters and the big family, because part of our culture we have big families. We have the grandfather, the grandmother, and the nephews, and you need to support them.
Right.
And being very close to them. This is the part of the social well-being for our kids.
Right. Now, really quick, before we take a quick break, we do have a question from a listener who said, what about when it's the other way around, bridging the gap with the parents? What is their perspective and what are their needs from their children, especially as they grow older? I think we mentioned one off air, which was having more empathy towards your parents, right? Like it's
absolutely
it's so easy to blame your parents and be like, oh, this happened to me because of you.
Yes,
you know, I made this decision because of you. But like, why did your parents think that was the best for you? Why did they lead you towards that decision? It's just having a bit more understanding of where your parent is coming from, because like we've been saying, right, for example, I'm a Gen Z and you're a millennial. Like, we've grew up very differently. Right? I grew up stating my opinions and just being like, I am right and I don't care what you say. I am right. Whereas, for example, like my sister is a bit more shy to voice her opinion. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's a difference. Yeah. So it's, I think, you know, having empathy for your parents is a big
because
thing.
I can't be like selfish just asking for dad's empathy, for mom's empathy. But what about my empathy with my dad and mom? They did their best for me, because I'm sure that if they have more, they will do it for me. But they did their best, and they have their needs. And the more they grow up, the more they want us not just like to take care physically only of them, just to listen to them too, and just to have this quality time. It's the quality time when we say pillars of creating healthy family. It's about the whole family members. It's not about the children. It's about also the parents to be also seen and heard. we need to empathize, we need to be more compassionate with them, and telling them that, Mom, I know that you love me the most, unconditional love, and you accept me, but we need to understand each other. Part of the empathy, just to have it in the agreement also, that we need to understand. It's just not one way. I understand you as my daughter, but you don't have to understand me. No, it's not about.
My mom had that mindset of, you don't need to understand me, but I'm like, no, I need to.
Yeah, it's a must actually, because we don't need to fix each other, but we need to understand,
right? Because me, when I was younger, especially high school, rebellious phase, right? Going against everything my mother is saying. My mother says, don't do this, and I'm like, well, now I'm gonna do it because you said not to, right? But a lot of the times I'm asking myself, why she's telling me no? Yeah. Why can I not do this? My friends can do it, so why can't I? And then my mom telling me, you don't need to understand me. You just need to respect me. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. I need to understand you to respect your decisions and why you're telling me this, right? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that it should definitely play a role from the opposite of, the children, how they can bridge the gap with their parents.
100%. Because understanding takes us always to respect.
For sure.
To respect the decisions, to respect their presence, to their time, their everything, in the things that they did for us, so we be more grateful for what they did. And even if it's not a big thing that or not even the thing that we are looking for and we need, and here is the accountability and responsibility, I need to say what I need from them, because we have 5 love and care language. If you love the physical connection, and maybe my care and love language is the quality time.
Right.
To spend quality time together. Maybe for you love gifts, flowers, and just like jewelries.
Right.
For me, no. I love the person to show me the love and care by supporting me and doing some services for me.
Right.
So we are different. Our love and care language is totally different.
Right. And
so my responsibility, I have to share my love language with you all the time.
Right. And it just goes back to understanding. So as we are winding down and now reaching the end of our conversation, you have definitely given us and all the parents and children out there that are currently tuned in a lot to think about. So for a parent listening right now, what are some simple practical steps that they can take today to build a more peaceful and connected home? If you can give us maybe like 2 steps they can take.
Awesome. I will definitely do. First thing, just to ask for feedback and feed forward from the kids. Let's just start with building feedback and feed forward rituals, okay, where we can ask our friends, our kids, openly, what is the greatest thing that I do, and the greatest thing in my parenting style. What are the top 5 things that you love in mommy?
Right.
Okay, and how can I be a better mom for you? Okay, for the future, what are the things that you want to work with me on, just to improve our relation, just to have a better family relations? So in this way, you will listen from them the things that you never ever thought about.
Right.
That about maybe the things that makes them so happy, but they couldn't express and tell you that, Mom, thank you very much, you made me so happy.
Yeah.
And also maybe you will listen to things that makes them feel very bad, but they couldn't say, Mom, I cried a lot that night.
Right.
Okay, so when you are open, and you have to have the wisdom to open this conversation, actually, but the benefits in the future, and even it's not only in the parenting, in life in general, you need just to always asking for constructive and positive feedback and feed forward. The feedback is about something that we did, and the feed forward how we can improve on and improve with a lot of improvement in our relationship. This is part of the tools that it actually helped me a lot to be a better mom, to be like the mom that always ready to listen to new things that I didn't hear it last year I will surprise you if I'm telling you that I take the feedback and the feed forward to put it on my annual goals.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, because I need to be a better mom for them. So I need to work very hard for them and for myself too.
Right.
And I share these feedback with my husband too, because we have to. Sometimes mothers, they think that I'm the only responsible about this family.
Right.
And we have like lack of husband's engagement or father engagement. So fathers, please, I really appreciate all you do and all your care and your support, but you always have to be there, also listener,
more active
and maybe like fathers always having like very short conversations or being more judgmental than mothers. Okay, so this is another tip, that let's stop being very judgmental all the time. Let's start to be more curious. Okay, and more listeners. Just be empathetic and having like empathetic listening with the kids, that they are talking about the things that they really need and making our family very happy.
Right.
And the last tip, maybe, but not the least, explore the personality types for yourself and your kids.
Right.
It's gonna bring everyone on the same table. Like everyone knows exactly what do you like, and even on the table of the lunch or the dinner or the dining table, as a parent, you will know exactly what your daughter likes and what your son love. So you will cook the meal that they are waiting for during the weekend, maybe.
Right.
Okay, and even when you plan for a holiday, family holiday, you will plan as pair also their interests, their trends, their directions, so everybody will understand what's the need, instead of just like have many plans just as pair as my plan as parents.
Right.
No, I need to bring everyone and living together and plan, coordinate and also plan together. The last thing that I really would love to share with the listeners and audience, share your plans, because definitely they will modify it. Yeah. Definitely they will add a lot of things. Definitely they will reject some of your plans parts and they will add something else. And be listener for their plans and their insights on the family plans. It's part of their well-being, their needs, and accountability to this happy family.
Right. And to sum it up, this is basically how a coach mindset can help you navigate a stronger and connected, peaceful home life. So thank you so much, Mai Abu Zaina, for joining us today and sharing so much of your insights. I'm sure our listeners found it super insightful, just as I have. I very, very much love this conversation. Again, thank you so much for taking time and making time for us today. We appreciate it.
I highly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it was amazing 1 hour, and highly appreciate your energy and your insights. I really love it, and let's always do it together.
Hopefully we can bring you back on the Midday Show. Definitely we'll be looking forward to that.